So, okay. I thought we were seeing some red dots show up on our map here, but I think that might actually be above us. Up there somewhere. So, don't think that's going to be relevant here. Got some drowners. Okay. Oh, and also, having any form of light would probably be helpful. Hold on. How do we want to make this happen? Could go with a cat potion, but I think we might be wanting to use a potion soon for the actual boss that we're about to encounter. Do we have any torches lying around? We do. So I don't think we've ever really used that. What happens if we do this? Oh, we replace our horn with it. Interesting. Okay, so that means we do this. Oh, hold on. Take out the grounder, and then we'll take a little bit of time to
Drowners
make sure we get...
possibly lift nails into the air.
Okay. So Geralt is suggesting that a drowner is not strong enough to do what the people we talked to are suggesting happened, you know, taking someone away. But let's just get this set up. So, what behind me? It is, what, this? There we go. Okay. I don't remember if we need to...
Siren tracks.
Oh.
A very big siren.
Huh. We've not really seen sirens that change in size at all. Okay, so we can actually equip both the torch and the sword at the same time, which is pretty awesome, to tell you the truth. It gives me some strong Aragorn vibes. Which is all good in my book. I was thinking this looked like a bit of a side way that might have potentially given us some additional loot. But now I don't know. There's something over there. Can we jump this? I'm not sure if we can jump that. Also, there's something coming around this way. I'm thinking, let's fight whatever this is. Another drowner. Probably gonna be a lot of those in here. Sounds like drowners. Oh, okay. He did not really take note of us. Sounds like a bunch of drowners. A big siren is gonna be the boss, likes of which we perhaps have never seen. And then we're just gonna try to make not this jump, but this jump here. I think maybe the only way to get over there. Let's there's also loot down there that we're gonna want to get as well. Let's save here because well, we've not exactly the best record when it comes to making long jumps like this. Oh, yep. It would have helped pressing the correct button, pressing the jump rather than the punch button. But it did seem doable, seeing as how I didn't actually press the jump button and we nearly made it there. I was also expecting for us to take a bunch of fall damage, and yet we did not, so that's also a good sign. Ah, okay. Actually, quite simple. Oh! Okay. This looks like a quest item, and then also the Bear School crossbow could be quite good. Let's check this out. My dearest Ingerborga, ineligible fragment, arrived at Fort Tursich on summer's first day. Have we been there? We've heard the name of that clan a fair bit, but I don't think we've actually been to any Tursich areas. He tarried there for a while, draining more than one barrel of mead with the Jarl. Soon, both were fast friends. Then, one day, Jarl Torgir summoned me and ordered me to sail to Spikerroot with him, where we currently are, to show him to where the sirens were the thickest. It's no exaggeration. My little mountain goat, to say... my little mountain goat? I suppose that's a little... what, like, my little... Sweet pie, oh, my little mountain goat. It's no exaggeration to say I've never met a warrior like him in my life. He's lithe as an eel and strong as a bear. When the sirens came at us, I hadn't even time to seize my axe before he gutted them all. And his weapon, why, I'd never seen its like. A crossbow, but so small he wields it with one hand. I know he has a sketch of it in his saddlebag, for I spied it when I was packing up. Once he's asleep, I'll try to snatch a copy to take to our smith on Onskellig, so we can make others. So we can protect ourselves from the sirens, in case they return. Okay, so he stole the diagram that we've also just picked up, and it sounds like Tursich is on, or the clan, Tursich, is on Skellig, not to be confused with Ard Skellig. Ard Skellig is the big island that we started out on. Skellig is a smaller one that I don't think we've been to yet. In fact, I'm not even sure if we know on our map which one that is. there anything else up on this elevated platform here before we go down? Or should we just drop down now? Well, that's something having to do with the quest. So I think we pop back down here. And it may even be okay for us to drop. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. But Geralt is currently flying, in case you were wondering. It's his new power. It is the, it's the fled sign, actually. It's, not very well known, actually, amongst the various Witcher schools. Geralt was actually planning on starting his new Siren school, and that was going to be their signature move, but it didn't catch on for some reason. It seemed as though others just couldn't repeat the same magic that Geralt had. I actually wanted to loot that. Thank you. A little bit strange that you have a bunch of bread in here, but okay. I mean, it looks like some kind of remains of presumably humans stuff. Okay. So you are enemies, yes. Also, does our torch run out?
Ugly bastard.
That's not very nice, Geralt. Oh, we're out of sign juice. Yeah, we got it. Okay. The drowners are pretty straightforward. That's not really the question. What is this? Whoa. Huh?
Melusine, the mad and dangerous lady of the depths.
Oh. Geralt's heard of this.
Clearly used to be
thing.
worshipped here.
Sounds like the most super of super sirens, perhaps. Okay, which direction ought we go in? Hard to say definitively. Oh,
Strange scale color. Not your everyday siren. Same scales as on the altar. Melusine cult didn't appear out of nowhere. Echidna's been living here a while. Went into hibernation some time ago, but it's awake now. And it's hungry.
Oh, lovely. Okay, let's take a look at those updates then. To find Melusine in the caves, Geralt searched the cave and discovered that he was dealing with an Echidna, which is the super sirens. He defeated the beast and went to the village to collect his reward. I mean, we haven't done that part yet, but sure. That's the hope, at least. Lots of food on our way over. But it seems this is the direction we're looking for. And oh, we should check. I think we got an entry in the bestiary for it. So we can get a little bit more information, read up on it, and get a better sense as to what exactly we're going up against. And I think, what do sirens count as? I don't remember. They hybrid? Yeah, I think they're hybrids. Here it is. That looks pretty big. Melusine. In the mountains near the village of Sporlag in Skellige lies an enormous complex of caves. I mean, it's a somewhat large complex of caves. Enormous is maybe a little bit of a strong way to describe it. For many centuries, they were given wide berth on account of the bloodthirsty Echidna, known as Melusine, who had made them into her lair. Melusine was a beast so powerful, some islanders worshipped her as a semi-divine being. Okay. The Witcher, however, harbored no such delusions. He knew she was an extremely powerful monster, but a monster all the same. This meant she could be killed. To do so, he would need the highest quality of bolts, a solid silver blade, and a steady hand. Uh-oh. You're trying to suggest that crossbow would be highly recommended here? I don't like the sound of that. So, grape shot, hybrid oil makes sense, the oil for it. Little surprised to see Igni. R doesn't surprise me, because most of the flying enemies, you knock them down, and that's the best way to follow up with a few quick hits, deal a lot of damage. But haven't been making much of a point of using Igni on things like... just check. Sirens? Yeah, actually, Sirens also have Igni listed as something that's good against them, but have not been doing that much. So, well, this looks like our spot. Okay. Let's drop our save here, and maybe we load up on... We did our repairs recently, so I think we should probably be fine with that. The silver sword, yeah, that's going to be most relevant here. But we're going to want to switch this over to a hybrid oil. Let's throw that on. Pinkman, Beast, Relict, Elementa, Insectoid, Necrophage, Spectre. Where is it? Oh, hybrid's our weakest one. Yikes. Okay, so we only get 10% extra damage from that. That is not so great. The other ones are at 25%, or in some cases even 50. Wow, the superior are worth 50% extra damage. That's huge. I mean, it might even be worth checking. See if we can craft a better version of that oil now, because I think it's been a little while, at least, since we last checked this. Decoction. Succubus decoction? I have to imagine we... Oh, yeah. We did run into a succubus a little while ago. What does this do? Attack power grows over the course of a fight until reaching a maximum threshold. That does sound really strong. Especially for long boss fights like we might be about to go into. So, let's see. We have only one of the succubus mutagens, but I think this is probably the time to use it. So, sounds good to me. Let's make it. Then oils. Okay, is it a hybrid oil? It is an enhanced hybrid oil. Oh, it was worth checking. Okay, so we go from 10% to 25% increased damage against the type of enemy we're about to go up against, so that's good. Actually, I would have been curious to see what it was that was holding us back from upgrading it before. And Ekimara hide is actually one of the ingredients for it, which is a little strange, because Ekimaras are vampires, not... Oh, this is cursed oil. Okay, I was going to say. Thought this was going to be the next upgraded version, but Rubido would be next for that. Yeah, but we can't finish any other ones, and that's just the short lure. Okay, so that's good. That is a pretty significant upgrade there. So let's throw that on our silver sword. Where'd you go now, though? Elementa, Spectre, Vampire. Probably already went past it. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, like that's really... Maybe it's in chronological order of when you most recently updated them or upgraded them. So we just upgraded the enhanced hybrid oil, so this one's up here, but it is strange how enhanced to superior, to superior, to superior, then back down to enhanced. It just makes it kind of hard to navigate through that. But anyways, got the one we needed there. And then it might even be worth checking if we have a better crossbow we can use, because this one is slightly better. Yeah. They were saying that we might want a better crossbow for this. I would like to avoid having to revert to the crossbow, if at all possible. Might even want to throw on something like the Hornwall Horn. We haven't... I don't think we ever used this, because for the most part we were just knocking down the Sirens with Ard, and that was fine, but specifically for this fight, it might be worthwhile, assuming this does still work. It would mean we'd have to drop the torch, which is a little bit unfortunate, because we were using that... Oh, well, actually, can we throw it in here? We could. Okay, then we still have a spot we can put it on. Okay. Then... I mean, we could preemptively throw on some of these potions, like the Succubus decoction that we just created. It is a lot of toxicity, though. It does... I do really like the sound of it, though. For long fights such as this. Let's try it. And we'll throw it in... Certainly in place of... Why did we have black blood on? That's weird. It's not very relevant here, but... Okay, I'm assuming we're about to run into this fight. Maybe we wait until we are truly in it before we activate the potion. Just to maximize the amount of time that it's active for, but I think it's going to happen right here. Maybe once we take out the drowners? I don't know, they're running. Seemingly. Oh, rude. Oh, you're still up. Sort of. Alright, your friends are gone. Wanna fight us now? That's ignoble. It would presumably explode. I'm thinking what's gonna happen, that is as well. Yeah. We got this, like... I don't know if this is technically a scent line or what. Ooh, there's a little bit of loot here. Snap this. Oh no, these are also explosives. Yeah, maybe don't stand next to those. I'm thinking what's gonna happen is we're gonna go outside, we're gonna find some additional sign of her, and then she's gonna retreat back in here, and then we're gonna fight her in this area. I think that's what's gonna end up happening. Does also mean that we just use some of our sword with the oils before we actually fought the enemy that we wanted to fight. So we could just like throw that back on right now and replenish it. Not going to be a huge difference maker, but okay, like now it's no longer the one that's in the top left corner. Now it's somewhere else. Hybrid. 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 Went from the first spot to the last spot. Wait, did I just see that this is now beat up and... thought we repaired this recently. Did we not? Okay, hold on. We apparently do need to repair our silver sword still. So let's... well, I mean, we did use it a fair bit recently, but still, not that much. Seems a little odd. Okay, now it should be better. Hello? Anybody home? Walk into this highlighted circle here. What could possibly go wrong, right? You know, just the dead body and the extra coins it left behind. Brace yourselves, it's probably not gonna look good.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Some monster dropped him from high up. Britt wasn't lying.
There she is. How's it going? To be honest, at least at first glance, you didn't look quite as big as I expected you to be. Okay, are we fighting you inside or outside? Also, can we do this? Doesn't seem like it. That did not seem to work. Well, just do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, that hurt you a ton. Like, a ton. Like, we, what? 3-shot you, maybe? Okay. Sure. And that was without the potion that we just picked up. That we were saying we might want to use. That was just largely the oil. And here comes this animation that everyone loves. Okay. So honestly, didn't even feel much like a boss fight, given how quick that was. And I did kind of expect for us to go back into that area with the explosives, but apparently not. So down here we go. And let's just double check the things that we picked up there, because there were a few good pieces. Assassin's trousers, which I think have been some of our go-tos when we're using relic rarity pants. But if we were to switch out of our feline trousers, then this could be a good option for us, because these are pretty high level. Could at least be, like, I'm pretty sure that's what we find here, yeah. Oh, it's actually exactly the same. We have 3 pairs of level 21 assassin trousers, wow. They do vary a little bit from one to the next. This one has the highest armor. Vitality 160 versus 171 versus 154. Okay, so the ones we picked up actually might be the worst. But I think still a decent type of chest, or rather pants. Chest plates, I think, nothing new there. But there was one other thing that we picked up, I think, that might be useful to take a look at, and I believe that was our trophy, because that will auto-equip. Let's see what we ended up throwing on because of that. Bonus gold, which, what have we been using before? I thought we were doing the short trophy for a while for the additional experience for monsters. I think I do prefer that to gold. Let's throw that back on. And I think the other stuff, well, we might have gotten a little bit of crafting materials that could be useful as well, but don't know if that's quite as immediately relevant. Let's get on out of here. Might run into a grounder or two on our way out, but I think for the most part, should be good here. Oh, we actually didn't move this one. Well, it's an empty bottle, so it's not like it's terribly relevant. At least that's something. Oh, what is this? Above us, though. I think that's outside of the cave. That might even be the question mark that we were originally heading toward. I suspect it may have been. Also, how do we get out of here? And what is this little area here? I might be stuck. Can we go through here? 'Cause it looks like a little area with potentially some interesting loot in it. Oh no, this is actually the way out. Let's get out then. Oh no, it's another way up. That is not how we got up here. It might have been a more straightforward way to get up here, because we instead opted to do that. Which, well, may not have worked out so great for us, but anyways. Witcher contract complete, and then we will head up this pathway here to the question mark that we were originally headed towards. That was our, at least, initial reason for going in this direction. In addition to general exploration. Does the lightning actually, like, can that hit stuff and set things on fire? I don't know. Probably not, but that'd be kind of interesting if it could. And if so, then we would not want to be standing underneath trees. Okay, so path branches off in two different directions. And I deliberately went right in the middle of those two directions. But it seems like it is quite temporary. May not be much of a difference between either side. Okay. Oh, bandits, and this might have been what we were looking for. I think so, yeah. Okay, and it is fast travel spot as well, which is convenient, at the very least. So... hello. Okay, well, I mean, we'll do that, because why not? Meant to do this. Oh, I mean... Carol, if you could press the lock button, that would be lovely.
Come on.
That's what it is. Okay. There we go. Something like that. Oh, your friend. Hello to you too, sir. Okay. Let's loot you guys. Then we shall see your other friends, who also appear to be here. There you are. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to swing your sword? No, you're not allowed to do that. Okay. Yep, bring it on. Bring it on. Oh, that was a little much. As was that. Okay, Geralt. Think that might have been the last of them. And a little more loot from this guy. Mostly just junk swords. But in theory, at least, there's a little bit more here. Some herbs. Seems like the big thing is going to be upstairs, though. Really? Now you're giving me the marker for the bandit camp? Already knew about that. That might have technically been the thing that we were trying to loot here. Diamond dust as well was not bad. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, because everything looks grayed out now. Okay. Sure. So now we could fast travel back to, yeah, basically Sporlag, turn in our Witcher contract. But we may just walk this one back, see if there's anything we run into along the way, and then at that point, I think we can say we've explored the vast majority of Spikerud here, and we're probably ready to move on. So we'll just take a look here, see if there's anything else we want to investigate before we make it back to the city.
Winds howling.
You don't say. don't think I'm seeing too much here. We may have even been here, or at least nearby. I do remember this guy.
Round the left.
I am curious if he can actually shoot us. And what happens if he does? Like, that was awfully close. Can we pick a fight with him if he tries to hit us?
Freya used to look kinder on speaker off. We must have angered her somehow.
Okay. So, let's talk to, will it be Kevin? Possibly. Indeed.
Master Witcher?
Got rid of the beast. It was rather straightforward, to tell you the truth.
Found an old echidna in a cave on the shore. Tough beast, but I killed it.
Not really?
So Brit spoke true? A beast took Nils?
And killed him.
Yeah.
Body's in the cave.
I'll have to fetch it. Witcher, would ye mind telling Brit what happened to her betrothed?
Not really sure that's something that we should be doing. That really seems more like something family should tell her. Not, you know, a random dude that happened to come across your island and take a contract to fight down a monster. So, yeah, like, it seems like a, I mean, it does seem like a you problem, but, I mean, someone should tell her, so, I really think you should tell her.
You should talk to her. She'll need her brother's support.
Not some random stranger
well
support.
with her, but you're right. I ought to do this. Feel like a damn fool now, not believing me own sis. Take this. Hard work deserves payment.
Farewell.
Thank you. And that's some of the best experience we've gotten in a while. I think a lot of the quests we've been doing have been pretty low level for us. Can we take this? I think we can. Alright, that's not terribly significant, but I think we looted everything else in here. Okay. So, I think with that, we've done just about everything that we're looking to do here on Spikerog. Spikeroo? This island. Let's just sell some of the junk that we picked
You
up.
don't look like one to haggle.
Show me what you got and we'll see.
Okay, so let's mostly just get rid of the low quality weapons. Those are going to be taking up a lot of space here. And we did also recently swap out of this crossbow. I suppose there are actually some ways in which it is marginally better than the one that we just put on, but in terms of base damage, it is a little bit worse. Not worth very much, but I think we'll just dump it, save a little bit of weight. I don't recognize the name of this one, but I think this is still a relatively common sword, and therefore probably fine to just sell it rather than break down into components. Don't think we'd get anything special out of it that way. Unlike, say, this is at least a silver sword, so we probably do want to break that one down, get some silver out of it. And you do have some alcohol here, but is that just Alka-Hest or whatever it's called? It is. Because we are technically still looking for at least one type of alcohol to make our white gull. Could we also dump some of our less valuable chest plates? I mean, we'd like to sell these things to specialists, but for things that cost 10 coins, like, that's not really going to make a difference, so we'll just create a little bit more space here. This one, maybe a little bit more debatable, but I think it's really the bigger relic rarity types of pieces that you want to be selling. Oh, and this guy's broke, so tell you what, that will be it in that case.
So long.
Okay. So I think then that means that at this point we are done on this island, unless there's something else that takes us back here in the future. And as for where we go after this,
Don't like foreign folk.
I'm thinking what we do. Oh, not here. Just look at the map. I'm thinking what we do is we either go back to northern Ardskellig, where we've not yet explored this area or really anything north or west of there, other than once you start getting to Cartrolda. Or we start going... Are we really not get to that? Okay, I don't know. But, or we start going to some of the other more remote islands, like... Not even sure we know what the name of this one is. Maybe if we looked at some quests and if they had names of islands and then we saw the marker was on here, then we might be able to piece it together. But like that one, I assume one of these is on Skellig that we've not yet been to. This island here. Here's Unvik, we've been there. And we're actually, yeah, there aren't that many islands left. And then, of course, there's Hindersfjall over here, which is where the main quest is. So I think we're getting close to heading over there as well. I think, why don't we go back to Ardskellig for now and check these things out, and then we'll end up back at Cartrolda once we do finish investigating some of those question marks, because we do, I think, still want to talk to Croc after we have rescued a couple of his children. So I think we might want to go to this one first. Looks like it might be the closest to this spot here. Might be some mountains that could complicate matters a bit, but let's at least try it out. Oh, we're not at a signpost right now. What am I saying? There should be one around here, though. We are in a village as we speak. Right there. Okay. Over, is it this thing? This right here? No, it's this. Okay. So, could even, let's just, do you have the tools to upgrade our weapons and armor lying around here? If so, yeah, you do. Let's just throw these on before we head out. Now, let's go. I suppose that means we perhaps should have done our selling with you, but I did not remember that you were there. In fact, hold on a second. Have we spoken to you before? You totally just swung that sword at us. You?
What brings you to me?
No, in fact, we have not spoken to you before. Let's definitely chat
Wouldn't
then.
mind a look at your wares.
Okay, so this is someone that we'd be more looking to sell some of the bigger things to. Like, you know, some of our extra pairs of Assassin's Trousers, the bigger chest plates. Did we not sell this one? I thought this was one of the ones that we sold. Okay. Well, we could also sell the shirt, but not gonna make a huge difference. Let's dump these. And then we did say that there was one of the Assassin's Trousers which looked best. I think it was one that had the highest armor. Let's sell the others. Hold on to this one here in case we do want to switch back. And then for some of these, that's actually worth a surprising amount. I think we sell this, and then we might want to break that down into components. And in terms of purchasing things from you, just got awfully dramatic as the music cuts out for some reason. But, I'm guessing these are probably the same types of diagrams that we saw in previous, yeah, shopkeepers. I think so. Don't think there's anything new there. So mostly just a matter of, what is this? Hold on. Gnomish whetstones? Don't remember ever seeing that before. But I think let's just try dismantling a thing or two here, namely this for a silver ingot. And then that might be it. A shirt gives us iron ore? Okay. Sure. Then you start getting to some of the bigger things that are a little bit harder to say definitively as to whether they're worth it for, like, the emeralds and the dust. I think if that's a straight-up emerald, then that is, that might be worth breaking down here. Dark steel is decent as well. Emeralds are actually, I think we found second best after diamonds. So I think we do break this down then. And it does weigh a bit, so we've been accumulating a lot of these epic rarity things. The dust, the ones that break down into dust, I'm a little more skeptical of those, because the dust is definitely not as good. This one is more valuable than the other one. Like, breaking down into ruby and diameridium ore and glowing ore. Ooh, glowing ore ingot. We do not see many of those. So, that is tempting. This has really good stats, or at least good stats for our type of build. All the crit stuff. If this were a higher level, like it's only level 15, if that were a higher level though, that's probably something we would consider switching to. So I think, yeah, we probably do break this down. It's not very expensive to break down into components, despite getting some pretty good things out of it. But yeah, anything with the dust, I'm a little bit more skeptical of. Looking for full-blown types of jewels. Okay, and so maybe for that reason we'll stick with the swords we have there for now, and maybe just sell them outright. But you guys are saying definitely get the pearls and get the yeah, basically all the pearls and seashells broken down. Break it down to ingots. And usually we sell our sheepskins and other hides. So we do that enough that maybe it is worth it on occasion to break these down. We might be a little bit lower on leather scraps and things of that sort for that reason. Let's break some of these down. Seem to have a decent amount, though. Just in case. I think we're doing okay on the coins for now, so we'll make a bit of a point making it happen here. And then some of the other things that break down into, like, timber. Not as easy to get excited about that. A skull breaks down into a skull. Is that so? Oh, this is needed to complete a quest, though. That's why. Okay, this, though. Hold on. Yeah, for a second I thought I was highlighting this. No. Get all the black pearls. And do we ever need glass for anything? I don't know. I mean, sure. Don't look we have much of it. And we'll just break down some of the other junk that is not really worth much. We'll just basically do a bit of that, because, like I said, it's been a while since we've done that with the junky stuff. Mostly been selling it as of late. Just to balance things out a little bit here. And that is pretty close. Oh, silver stuff. Definitely want to break that down. Ornate sword, though. This was... I thought that was for a quest. Silver ingot is good, though, obviously. So, if we can break down, that would be kind of nice. Okay. Oh, and then this. I think that's just about it. I think that's probably all we want to do here, and we did definitely shed a fair bit of weight. Yeah, that was only our second glowing ore ingot that we got from breaking down that sword earlier, so I think that's probably a good move. I do think we need wax on occasion. Let's break this down, too. Anything else? Yeah, let's break down this important quest mask here. No, don't do that. Okay. I think we stick with that. And then we also have not played You at Gwent, which we could have very well missed had we just moved on.
In the mood for some diversion. A game of Gwent would be
Diversion?
best.
I guess that's a way to think of it. Okay, so you are not tied to any specific quest, which I think may mean that we can go with one of our alternate decks, namely something other than Northern Realms. And it's been a while, or at least it feels like it's been a while, so I'm not sure what we ought to go for here. I feel like maybe we were using Scoia'tael most recently, so I'm leaning toward going Nilfgaard here. So I suppose let's give that a shot. Yeah, let's try Nilfgaard. I don't think we have any new cards for Nilfgaard that we need to throw in, but let's just take a quick look. Are we using any of these? What are they called? Bond units? Oh, hold on. No, not forfeit game. Not what I meant. Not what I meant. What I wanted to do was investigate these cards. Type Bond. Were we throwing these in? Because we have a few that are sitting on the sideline here. Don't remember. Thought we had some. We were using the Imperial Brigade Guards, which are weaker individually, but if we have 4 of them, then they have they're higher risk, higher reward. If you get them all out there, then they are considerably better. Oh, like this one we only have 1 of, so that doesn't really work. Okay, we only have... Oh no, they look different, but these 2 are technically the same type. So yeah, okay, I guess we stick with what we have then. Yeah, and 3 of these. let's stick with this. Opponent's leader cancels our leader ability? What? Excuse me? Okay, so we have a Scorch. We have 2 melee nerfs. That's probably too much. We have a medic. We have 1 of the type bond units. That's not good. We either want to get more of them or get rid of this. And knowing me, we'll try to swap this out and then just get another one in the process. Vesemir is remarkably average. And then you're a medic, Yennefer. You're a spy, Shilard Fitzausterlin. And you're a hero in the siege row, Mr. Voorhees. So, I'm not loving this hand right now. I think definitely want to get rid of one of these. And that's a big pickup. And then probably want to swap you out as well. And we got my favorite card ever, Frangilla Vigo. Okay, they go first. They're going to use some type bond, and it is in the melee row. So we might have this be relevant later on. Let's just double check. Well, what is your leader ability? Is it just like cancel the opposing? Yeah, it's cancel the opposing leader ability. Okay, sure. So now that does mean that if we are thinking about using the melee nerf, then we should probably not play melee cards on our side. It may mean that we want to play our own spy in the melee row. Go for that then. And ooh, well, tell you what, Scorch could be good. Oh, it's still the spy. Yeah, that was the risk. That was the risk. I suppose that's one reason why you could justify playing spies late. I do like to play them early so that we can see what other cards we get and have as much time to plan around those new cards as possible, because, you know, like, knowing that we have the dragon for the melee Scorch is important. But if you steal the spy, then of course now we can't really do that right now. But we don't have a decoy of our own, unfortunately. If you were to play the spy, then on a future round we could use one of our medics to get it back. That's probably the best way to respond to that now. So I think what we're doing this time is probably play something like Frangilla Vigo, because she's not in the melee row. She will be a Scorch target, because she will be the highest unit out there, but at 6 strength, that's not a huge loss, and we could, worst comes to worst, use one of our medics to bring her back. What do? You play the spy. Okay. So, in that case, I think we are trying to win this round, because we do have a bit of an early advantage here. And we're going to try to use one of those medics to bring the spy back in round 2 or round 3. That, I think, is the plan. Let's see. So, definitely don't want to use you. I think what we want to do here is just ideally throw down a little bit of strength, because we are certainly in the lead and we have a pretty strong lead right now. So our opponent could pass and we are at risk of significantly over-investing here. But we don't want a Scorch that hits us. We don't want a melee nerf that hits us more than it hits our opponent. Commander's Horn is maybe not a terrible idea, but we might want to try to save that for a future round in which we have a little bit more strength and we are, you know, planning to invest more heavily. So, I don't know. I would love to just have basically a bad card to just throw out there here. And our worst cards are potentially our 2 melee 6 strength cards here. The only thing is that if we are to save our Commander's Horn in the future, we have the most going on in the melee row. So it'd be nice to have all of our melee cards together, double the melee row, and then get the most we can possibly get out of the Commander's Horn like that. But I suppose we may not have much option other than to split our cards a little bit here. Oh, what? 2? You had your own copy of this guy. Well, that means you have a ton of cards, but it also means that in the next round we are kind of thinking we could play both of those via our 2 medics. So I do actually like that quite a bit. It does make us quite a Scorch target right now because we have both of the highest units out there. They are tied at 7 strength. That's not great, but then again, I mean, that does mean that we could use our medics in this round if we really wanted to. But, I mean, that does also mean the Commander's Horn in the melee row for this round is suddenly looking better. I suppose we could go for that here, and in some ways I'm almost thinking that we're close to playing Voorhees here. Because although he's 10 strength, which is high, he can't get doubled, unlike the heavy Zeracanian Fire Scorpion. So, yeah. I think we might actually play you. Or double melee. Let's double melee. Means we're gonna have 46 strength to their 2 strength. They should pass here, yeah. And it is, in that way, yes, a bit of an overinvestment, but we know that we'll be able to play 2 spies in round 2, so I think we're gonna deliberately lose round 2, play both of our spies through our medics, and then we'll take it from there. So let's medic into you. Does potentially mean that we're giving our opponent time to steal those spies back. But I think we want to play them here because we're giving our opponent a bunch of strength in the process. And after winning round 1, we have some flexibility. We can lose round 2, that's okay. Whereas they need to win round 2. So let's go Yennefer now for our second spy. Could even scorch them both. And we drew into one of our Type Bond units. They're playing some of their Type Bond units here. But ones that don't match. So, like if we were to Scorch, we'd remove both of them and we would actually be in the lead. It's kind of interesting. Because then we might even pass after that and say, go on, you need to win this round, so you'll have to go down cards. Or alternatively, we could play the Dragon and do our melee Scorch specifically. Because you have more than 10 strength here, we'll remove both of these cards in the process. That might actually be better. I think we go for that. Again, if they have medics, they could theoretically turn around and play those spies again. And well, well, what did I say? They did just that. We unfortunately do not have any other ways to get those spies back, but we are still in the lead here. So we could pass now, force our opponent to play a card, and then we'd be sitting on 9 cards apiece going into round 3, assuming that our opponent can get 7 or actually 8 strength down in 1 turn, which they may not be able to do. Is there any other efficient way for us to just increase our lead here and force our opponent to go more cards down going into the last round? I mean, we can drop a 15 strength Geralt, which is pretty big, or double the melee row, which that could be worth doing. But those are still going to be the Scorch targets, and we don't have the medics anymore to get them back if they do go to the graveyard. So, I think we still pass here. Force our opponent to play 1, hopefully even 2 cards, because they need to win this round. Okay, they can do it in 1, but it does mean that they get rid of one of their best cards. Oh, and they have another spy to sneak in. That is a really good one at that 0 strength spy. That means they will have a little bit of card advantage here. 10 cards to 9 cards. We'll have to outplay them. Uh-oh. Medic to bring back probably the spy. Yup. Lots of card advantage. Although, at the very least, I mean, of all the spies in the game, this is a pretty weak one, because he does have 7 strength. So, for all the ones for them to keep on playing, that's it's not a terrible one for that to happen to. But it's largely going to come down to a combination of who has better cards remaining, and execution-wise, of course, who plays them better. And so I do like leading off with the heroes, because they are unaffected by any special cards, and that could be a good way to dodge what might otherwise be dangerous cards from our opponent. And we do still have the card that would go down to a Scorch, so we're not really dodging that here. But Geralt, at least, is invulnerable. And you also have Morvaran, Boris. Guess what? So do we. Okay. 10 strength. Okay, so now you have the Scorch target. So I think for that reason, we don't want to play you anytime soon. Ideally, we'd even see if you have any more 10 strength units that you want to get out. And if we wait long enough, then if they have any Scorch cards remaining, then they may just pass before they play them, because they aren't going to want to activate them on themselves. So, let's see. Melee nerf doesn't help at all, though. that reason, we also don't want to double the melee row, even though, at least not yet. Eventually, that probably will be something we're going to want to do. I think we probably throw down Vesemir. We are in the lead. Pretty large lead, but they still have more cards than us, but that is exactly what we wanted them to do. Playing 2 10 strength cards means a Scorch would get rid of both of them. We could get really greedy and try to wait and then Scorch, see if they play another 10 strength unit. I think that's unlikely. I think it's more likely that they would play a Commander's Horn, double one of them up to 20, and then we're only removing 1. So I think we do Scorch now. And for 20-point value from 1 card, I think that's still a big win for us. Okay, more heroes. We can do that too, although I think we might just go with our Imperial Brigade Guard here. Sneak you in. Not gonna be a big difference maker, but okay, now you throw your Scorch out. You did have one. If we had a medic, we could play the Spy. Again, the world's most played Spy. But, better that that happens now, when we do not yet have out our biggest unit, Heavy Zeracanian Fire Scorpion. So, bullet dodged in that sense. Play our other hero. That looks like the same card that we have. Wait, what is the name of this one? Come on. There we go. Zeracanian Fire Scorpion, whereas ours is the Heavy Zeracanian Fire Scorpion. Is that right? Heavy. Okay. So we can still double a row. That is the one downside of having lost a card in the melee rows. That is probably the row we would have doubled. And ultimately, that meant that if we were to double the Spy, which had 7 strength, he was going to go up to 14, which actually would have been higher than the Zeracanian, Heavy Zeracanian Fire Scorpion. So I guess actually, in some ways, it would have been beneficial if we played this first. Because it actually is not as valuable to us as that Spy was in the melee row. Okay, so here comes the Commander's Horn, as expected. Yes, they are doubling that. And we will probably do the same, and it is technically more efficient for us to do it in the Siege row now. Would have been best to go in the melee row had our Spies stuck around. But we now only have the melee nerf remaining, and that is not a card we want to play, so we may end up passing here, depending on what our opponent does. Okay. So as things currently stand, this is a bit tricky. We are in the lead, but our only remaining card is the melee nerf. Right now, we have, at least of units that are affected by the melee nerf, 9 strength, which would get reduced down to 2. They have 5, which would get reduced down to 1. So at the moment, it's not a good play. But if our opponent has more of these young emissaries that they are going to play in the future, then it would be beneficial. They have 3 cards remaining, so it's not out of the question. This is one of those situations in which it'd be great for us to be able to use our leader ability, which would normally allow us to look at 3 random cards in our opponent's hand, and we would be able to see all their cards in this situation. We can see, do we want to play the melee nerf and in anticipation of them playing more of these guys, or do we deliberately hold off? I think because we have the lead, and one of the few ways that our opponent could pass us here would be to play a bunch of these young emissaries, I think we do take the small, short-term nerf and hedge our bets here in case they do have the ability to play more of them. And we'll see. Or at least other units that do similar things. They're all pretty weak. Oh, they finish things off with a Spy, though. That Spy gets nerfed. Depends what do you have here. Oh, no, a medic. Okay. Turned into a lot of cards here. Get 10 strength back. Melee nerf. Oh, but it got... But you nerfed us in the process. Oh, it wasn't enough, though. Wasn't enough to take us down. Yes, we did actually have more than 10 strength in melee row because we had Geralt there who was unaffected by the melee nerf. But it only got rid of 3 strength in the process, and so we did still hang on there. That was an interesting one. Let's see what we get out of that. Crowns, yes. Fire Elemental. Looks like a monster card. Let's take a look. Fire Elemental. 6 strength. Siege row. Okay. I think our monster deck is probably still behind all the others, so that is definitely a good pickup for us. Probably would make the deck. I mean, we haven't even made a monster deck at this point, I don't think.